Hello, my friends. Come on in, make yourself comfy. See if I can pull it up on my computer. Hi, Lisa. Facebook. I don't get you sometimes, Facebook. Good to see you. Come on in. Let's see if it's gonna play nice tonight. That would be fun. Alrighty. See how we're looking. Hi, Kim. Good to see you. I'll give everybody a couple minutes to see if I'm actually live in their feed. Oh, look, now I can see it. Hi, everyone. Now I can see. Good to see you. Hope you guys have had a great day. Actually have been purging in my office. Let me tell you, purging while sitting on your rear end with a big trash bag is quite challenging. I know people have it worse. It was just a little challenging. All right, so hi Diana, good to see you. All right, so we're gonna get started. I wanted to show you a couple things before we get started on the project. We are going to do a gift card holder tonight, and it's only because this is one I've wanted to make, and finally I'm like, doggone it, I'm going to make it for myself. So you guys get to see how I did it. But I wanted to show you, for those of you who weren't at the retreat, we're going to be using look at all the dust on this. We're going to be using the gingerbread paper tonight, but this was one of the make and takes I had at the retreat. This is just a sampler. We used all Memories and More cards. I think I've shown this to you before, but all pieces from Memories and More. The letters are from a retired set of dies, but you could always use something else. But this was just such a fun project. So I'm going to be using some of the paper from this tonight, but I wanted to show you different ways to use it. If you have it, if you don't have it, just thought I would just show that to you. Another reminder about the Baker's Dozen card class. This one, we are going to be closing registration. Everything has been ordered, and I ordered extra, so hopefully if you would like to join us, you need to let us know by tomorrow. All the info is on the Facebook page. Sorry, on the Facebook page. Hi, Ida. I saw you pop on, and then my eye went squirrel. So it's a Baker's Dozen. It's using one of our packs of Memories and More cards, but it's 13 full-size cards with a box, and it is stinking cute. Now this one you will be making on your own. I'm going to do a video. I'll do step-by-step for each card, which they are really easy cards to do, but gosh, what a great gift this would be for the holidays, for a birthday, whatever. But you get to make the box and all of the cards. So if you haven't signed up for that and you want to, tomorrow is the last day to do that. So check it out. For $35, you get all your cards, all your kits for all 13 cards. You get, for the box and the whole thing, you'll get a full roll of ribbon, a full pack of the sequins, and you'll get a sheet of dimensionals. So really great bargain for this, and you'll have lots of stuff left over. Oh, and the Memories and More cards that go with it. So alrighty, now we are going to, as I said, work on a gift card holder, and this one is so stinking cute, and I have lots of measurements for you. Don't let this scare you, because it's really just, you'll see what I mean. And the elephant in the room right now is I lost one of my nails, and you know who saw it? Emmeline. Mimi, you lost a nail. I'm like, oop, there's another bug. I had my window open today. Yep, lost a nail. So Emma wanted me to go find it, but I couldn't. So all right, so we're going to use this gorgeous gingerbread paper. I am in love with this paper. This is quite a thick card, so this is one you will want to put in a bubble mailer, a padded mailer, or you're going to want to hand off in person. It would be great for a gift for under the tree, also if you are going to be using gift cards. The Designer Series paper has lots of different patterns in there, but I just chose a little collage of the gingerbread cookies on the front, and this one is just one cut out from the designer series paper. Used some red rhinestones with one of the gilded gems, a little bit of that gorgeous gold twine. Comes in that 2-pack with silver and gold in there. And then I did a little strip there that says, "You're the icing on my gingerbread." And then when you untie it and open it, it pops up to a little gift bag with tissue. How stinking cute is that? Look at the little handles. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. Wishing you a Merry Christmas. So a little gift bag in there where you can stick a gift card. It fits in there nicely. And this is just some white tissue from Dollar Tree that I stamped one of the Ornament gingerbread cookies on with some of the little peppermints too. And I'm going to show you how easy that is to do also. So little shopping bag, put your gift card in there, a little bit of tissue, and then I just folded it back up like so. You close it up and then just tie it off. And you can have your, I didn't want to have my handles of my bag sticking out, so I tucked mine in, but you're welcome to leave them hanging out if you'd like. So anyway, I just tied a little knot here. You could always do a big bow if you wanted to, but I wanted something, since it's already so bulky, I didn't want to add a big bulky bow. So there we go. Okay, so let's get started. Hi, Gian, thank you. So the good news is you're going to need a regular card base. So the card base I chose is cinnamon cider, of course, that gorgeous gingerbready color that coordinates with our beautiful designer series paper. So your your card base is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, just like our normal size card. Then for the pieces, so let me sort these here so I can show you what I'm talking about. So I did one for the red, one for the white, and one for designer series paper, and I'll post these after with the photo. So for the front of your card, you're going to need one piece of real red, and this one measures 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so this is going to go here, and then a piece of your designer series paper, and you can choose any pattern you would like. As I said, I chose that really cute oh, what did I call it? A collage of cookies on there. Here's some just regular gingerbread patterns on there. Reminds me of a little gingerbread house. So this one is going to be designer series paper, and for the front, this one measures 3 3/4 by 5. So this is just going to be matted in that red color. Okay. Okay. Then for the inside of your card, you're going to need a piece to mat your white to write on, because obviously we have a darker color in here and we want to add some more color in there. So we needed something that's going to fit in beside, I shouldn't have tied this off because I wanted to show you, sit beside that bag that's not going to get, it won't be covered up by the bag. You'll see what I mean. Let me show you. There we go. So see how this fits nice and snug right next to the bag over here. So it gives you a little bit of border all the way around. So the mat for this piece in here is, scooch out of the way, is going to be, oh, you don't need 2 of those, you'll need 1 of those. It's going to be 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. So this is the one. I think I was thinking if I added another one on the other side with some DSP, but I obviously didn't do that. And then your white that goes on top of that is going to be 3 1/4 by 5. Okay, so you'll see how it goes, how it all lays out once we get started. Okay, now for your basic white, the sentiment, I did a strip. It's 1 1/8 by 4. I basically just did a piece of white that was wide enough to do that "You're the icing on the gingerbread" with a little border around it. So you could totally just cut it out after you stamp it, but I went ahead and measured it because some people usually ask, you know, oh my gosh, how big is that piece? So 1 1/8 by 4 was what I cut, and then I cut it down on the ends once I was done. Okie doke. So designer series paper. So the piece for the front that's going to be matted up here is going to measure 3 3/4 by 5, and it's going to fit on top of this real red mat that measures 3 1/2 by 5 1/4. Okay? Oh no, sorry, 4 by 5 1/4. Woo! Yeah, that's our standard front right there. Okay? Oh, Debbie, I'm so glad. It's so much fun. You have to try this. Now, here's the thing about using this designer series paper. This paper only comes in 6 by 6, okay? Which is totally cool, but the piece that you need of designer series paper for the inside, for that bag, this little guy right here, is it measures 3 inches by 11 inches, okay? So if you use 12 by 12 designer series paper, it's all cool. If not, I'm going to show you how I did mine, and how I fudged it so it works just fine, and it was actually quite easy to do. So let's go ahead and cut our bag piece first so that I can show you what I'm talking about. All right, let's see. I think I'm going to use this little piece for the inside. Wait, there's so many cute patterns, I just don't know. Wait a minute, don't make me commit. Oh, no, this one. I'm going to use this one with the peppermint. How cute is that? Okay, so our pieces, like I said, for the inside should be 3 by 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. I'm going to double check my measurements so I don't screw this up the first time. I am 99.9, yes, 3 inches. So we're going to cut this in half at 3 inches. Now it's important that you do the 3-inch cut first, because these two pieces are going to be 2 different lengths, okay? One of them is going to stay at 6 inches. The other one is going to be at 5 1/2. We're going to go ahead and cut this one at 5 1/2. There we go. Like that. Get that out of the way. Now, I want to take these two pieces, and what we're going to do now is just piece them together so we have that 11-inch length, okay? So what we want to do is we want to go ahead and I'm using my grid paper. I don't know if you can see. I'm using my grid paper down here on this little ruler, and I'm just lining it up here with the 1. And then down here, it's got to come down to the 11. So we have that 11-inch piece. Now, you see where it's going to join. That's not a big deal because it actually works out that that's going to be one of the score lines. I know, magical. I know. So I'm going to get some adhesive, and I'm going to use some Tombow. There we go. And put it right here. Stick it here. So I'm just going to put it here on that little 1/2-inch extra section. Okay, don't get finicky. You're brand new. You have one job. Now you want to make sure you do get it around, you know, down the edge, because you want those edges to stick since we are going to be folding it. Okay, so I've got that there on my 1-inch mark. I'm going to bring my 6-inch piece in, and I'm going to bring it down to the 11-inch mark down here. So it's nice and squared up. And then just give it a little press. Wipe off the excess glue. Like that. So now you have your 3 by 11-inch piece of designer series paper. And we still get the coordinating, right? Coordination. All right, so while that's drying, before we make our little bag, let's go ahead and assemble some of our card. Let's see. Oh, I just love that. Okay, need my bone folder. Where'd it go? Little bone folder. I wish you could see how I gutted everything today. It actually looks a lot better. It's still not great. Shoot, not in my bone folder. And for the record, it was clean on my desk before I started earlier. All right, so I'm just gonna score with my nail. So there we go. So there's our card front. I have a piece of Real Red that we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue the little collage of cookies on there flat. Okay. Aw, thanks, Kim. I felt pretty smart. I did. There we go. So let's glue this one. Make sure the cookies are right side up. Like so. There we go. Just like that. And then this is going to be adhered to our card front, and I'm going to do this one flat. If you look at this one, see how I popped it up? Because it's such a thick card, I really had to go in and add a bunch of extra dimensionals around the edges. And after I did it, I'm thinking I really should have glued it flat just because of the bulk of the inside. So we're going to put this one on flat, and you don't have to worry about doing your ribbon first because the ribbon's going to go across the outside, and it will it's going to tie it together. Oh, I have to show you guys. Don't let me forget to show you guys what the Inkerbells got to make Monday night at our Inkerbells meeting. So cute. They get to make projects that are just for them. There we go. Gosh, I'm so good with that glue, aren't I? Woo! Okay, so we have that. Now I'm gonna bring in my, let's do some stamping, my little strip and my inside. So for my strip for the outside, I'm gonna use that, you're the icing on my gingerbread. I'm gonna use some Real Red. It's funny because for the retreat, I think I ordered 3 Real Red ink pads because all of our make and takes used them because it was a Jolly Gingerbread was the theme of our retreat, and we used a lot of red. So there we go. So let's stamp that on without getting my head next to the camera. Yay! All right, so there's that. We'll lay that aside. Now this is going to be for the inside. So for this one, I used the Wishing You a Merry Christmas. And I did this one kind of towards the top. I really can't do it that high because I really can't see it. Let's see. There we go. Bring it down a little bit. Kind of towards the top half, I guess. Hook it straight. Yay! Okay, and then I'm using this little trio of candies. So the little peppermints and stuff. And I'm just going to ink them up in Real Red. Do some down here in the corner, a couple off the edge. Oops, let's do this one, that, and then I'm going to do a couple up here at the top, like that. All right, ta-da! All right. So this one's going to be adhered onto the red mat for the inside. I actually have my window open. It was so nice here today. It was a great day to clean and have Hallmark movies on. So, watch the snow on TV, but I feel like spring outside my window. There we go. All right, so this one I'm going to go ahead and adhere to the right-hand side in the inside of my card. So there's equal border around the top, the side, and the bottom, okay? So messy. So excited, you know what I'm getting tomorrow. I'm getting my pre-order with all the new punches. All right, so there's the inside. Now, let's see. Let's close this up. So we're gonna go ahead and pull back that 3x11. we're gonna do some scoring on this one to make our little bag. And I'll put this out here for you and me. Here is our info for scoring. So I'm gonna start on the right side of my guide because I'm gonna do the 1/2 inch and 1 inch over here on the right side, and then I'll flip it so that I continue on across. Okay, so I'll go 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and then we're gonna keep going across. So I'll flip it around, and I'm gonna do, oops, open the arm, 5, 5.5. Oops, come on. 5.5. Make sure you don't score the wrong spot. 6, 10, and 10.5. Okay, so 1/2, 1, 5, 5.5, 6, 10, and 10.5. Isn't it fun, Maria? I just love it. See, I know my bone folder was here because now that I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, yeah, I used my bone folder when I was doing this. They have it. Oh, there it is. I knew it. All right, so I'm going to start. Both of these ends have 1/2 inch, 2 1/2 inch little panels on them. So I'm going to start by folding whatever I want for the outside. I'm going to have facing up. Okay, so I want the peppermints on the outside, so I'm going to fold that up. Then I'm going to fold back on that second little 1/2 inch line, like that. Oops, I forgot to do something. I forgot. We're supposed to, once you do all your scores horizontally, then we're going to turn it, and on one side, we're going to score this at 1/2 inch. Shall suit. Come on. At 1/2 inch. Okay, so this is the bottom of the bag. So that's just the 1/2 inch section. Okay, back to your regular programming. So we did those. Now I'm going to fold this long one in just to go ahead and have that crease. Alright, so we have those. That's one side of my bag right there. So I'm going to come across and I'm going to fold down, because you know the front of our bag is going to be flat and we'll have a V on either side. So once we have that flat edge, we're going to fold in. So we'll make a V fold there and there. Let's see what I'm talking about that where I pieced it together. There's where I pieced it, but it's a score line, so it doesn't matter, right? Right there. So there we have our little V fold there. We're going to come to this side. We're going to do the same thing. We'll go down and then up, just like that. Okay. So nice score lines, and when we put them together, this is actually going to tuck in on itself like that. You see the V over here? It just tucks together, and you'll see how I glue that in just a sec. Okay, now we're going to do just a quick little trim. I don't know if you can see. I'll have to show you. On both ends, and then in the center, there are these little, at the bottom, there are 2 little squares here. See the horizontal score line there? 2 little squares there. We're going to cut those off. Then here in the middle, we're going to do these, cut those off. And over here, we're going to cut these off. Okay? So let's get our snips. Hi, Deb. Good to see ya. Thanks for joining. So I'm just going to go in and trim up to that score line and then trim both of these squares off. Just like that. Up and then up. And then what I did for mine, for this centerpiece, to make it easier, I folded it so that this little tab, I can just go ahead and cut it. Actually, let's do it the other way so you can see it. See that little tab here? I folded it in half so I could trim it and it would just be the same. So just like that. You don't have to do that, but you're gonna get those two little sections out of there, okay? Let's go over here to the last section, go up and across like that. Okay, so that's what it's gonna look like. You're gonna have notches on both ends and then one here in the center. Okie doke. All right, now with it facing right side up, you're gonna bring in some tear and tape, and I prefer tear and tape for this. So if you'd rather use something else, cool with me. Just want you to know I'm using tear and tape. So on one end, on both of those little 1/2 inch sections, you're gonna put your adhesive. Okay, so one there, and then on this side of that score line, I'm gonna put another one. Ooh, it's okay, won't see it. And then down on the bottoms, down here, wait, I have to think. Don't pressure me. Yes, down on the bottom, I'm gonna do the same thing. I remember when I was doing this the first time, it kind of messed with my brain a little bit until I started putting it all together, and I was like, oh yeah. All right, once you have your tear and tape on there, you're gonna wanna burnish it so it's got a nice adhesion. Put these on here like that, okay? So the first thing we wanna do is we wanna put the sides together. So we're gonna do our little accordions here on the outsides. Hold that back together. So these little guys are gonna be adhered together like that, okay? So I'm gonna lay this flat and take your big tool and peel off the paper backing. There we go. Like that. And then you want to, make sure you can see me do this. You want to put your ends together like so. Try not to get in the way. And fold it in so those two sides are adhered together like so. Okay? Just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. Here's where the magic happens. I love this part. Okay, so here we have the bottom folds right here. See those? I'm going to go ahead and peel off both pieces of paper backing. There we go. Oh, missed one. And I'm going to bring my card back in. So I'm going to open the card and I'm going to make sure, this is the bottom down here. See my fold right there? That's where I can feel the glue. Actually, no, I'm gonna do it like that because I want it to be on the back side. So I'm just going to take it with both of those sections that have adhesive and I'm gonna come up to the score line, not on the score line, but up to it, and check the distance at the top and the bottom, just like that. Give it a press. And then I'm just gonna close my card. Like that. Okay, you ready? Da, 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 da. How cool is that? I love it. Isn't that stinking cute? Seriously, that deserves some hearts. Come on, people. All right, so there's our little piece for the bag, all ready to fill with your gift card and your tissue, which we'll do in just a minute. Let's do the front of our card first, okay? Aw, thank you. I needed those. I need some hearts in my life today. Okay, so I'm gonna do my little piece for the front, and one, let's see, I'm gonna do an ornament. So I just took these. There are dies that match some of the designer series paper, but honestly, I didn't want the white edges around it. See how this one just has the little gingerbread edge around the ornament? That's what I wanted. So I just fussy cut one out. So you can do it however you would like, but this is how I chose to do it. So I'm just gonna cut that out. And these are really simple because it's very forgiving because you have that brown edge, cinnamon cider, and it all blends together. I can't wait to bake cookies for Christmas. What are your favorite cookies for Christmas? I'll tell you my specialty, the one that the kids wait for every year. I make eggnog snickerdoodles, and that is a must-have every year. And my fudge. Last year, actually, I made eggnog fudge, which was delish. I think I just found it on Pinterest and tried it out, and holy cow, it was delicious. All right, so here's our little ornament. Cutie patootie. Oh my gosh, I agree. All right, so here is our sentiment. So I'm just gonna do a little little dovetail here in the end of my ornament. Yep, just like that. And then just trim off the end like that. And I'm gonna glue my sentiment on flat because the ornament's gonna sit up on top of that ribbon. So, you know what, I think I should get some more adhesive. Let's refill my Stampin' Seal. I seem to always be refilling it when I'm doing lives because I use a lot. Debbie Clark, are you here? I'm so happy. Do you ever get those little glue boogers there on the side of your adhesive holders? You just clean them off. Good as new. All right. What I love about a new thing is Stampin' Seal is it's so smooth when you start using it. Really smooth. Alrighty. You don't ever throw your holder away. Okay, so let's glue this little guy down. I'm gonna start it for magical. Like so. Now, I wanted this towards the top half up here and just angled it up a bit. Like that. Then I'm gonna put a little bit of adhesive right here. And you can use glue dots, whatever floats your boat. Let's see, which one should I use? Man, oh man, I have used so much of this and I'm running out. So sad. All right, let's see if this little guy is long enough. I don't want to waste him. It was a end cut. Okay. I'll just fold him in half. Like that. Yeah, that'll work great. All right, fold him in half, and then I already put some adhesive down here on the front. So I'm just gonna, this is just gonna kind of anchor it, but my ornament's gonna go over top of it, or the little cookies, so no big deal. All right, there's that. Pull it together, and then you wanna make sure you don't twist it. So a little adhesive on the back. Again, you could use glue dots if you want. Whatever makes you happy. Like that. Okay. And then we're gonna pop up our ornament with some dimensionals. Just because we can. There's one and that one. And because it's a bulky card, I'm doing extra on this little ornament because it's going to be bulky on the top when it is closed, and I want to make sure it has a nice seal on there. So there we go, right there. Like that. Now, I want to bring in some of that gorgeous gold thread. And I think we talked about this before, but if your thread is all coiled because it's been on that spool for so long, just take your finger and kind of run down the edge, kind of like that curly ribbon. Like that. And I'm going to fray the ends of this one anyway, so I kind of want to do it a little rougher. So I'm just going to tie a bow. This just gives it a little sparkle there on the front. Bring that ornament a little attention. Like that. And then fray it. Oh, I need to trim it just a touch. Like that, okay? And then we'll need a glue dot to adhere it to our little ornament cookie. There we go. Alrighty. So there's that. Now let's go finish our, oh, we have to decorate the ornament. I forgot. So like I said, I brought in some of the red rhinestones and just one gilded gem because I wanted to add a little bling bling to my ornament. So I'm just gonna put some of these little guys on here. You know, it just makes it sparkle. There's that. One, two, three. And then I have a little gilded gem for the center. Right, oops, right there. Isn't that pretty? Love it. All right, so let's go ahead and do the handles on our little bag. So we're gonna need some more ribbon. Let's see. I think, no, not that one. Let's see if these are long enough. Probably. Okay, so I'm going to trim the end. Oops, well, I was going to trim it to a point, but that didn't work. There we go. I really am down to the dregs. This is like the end of the end. I have 3 new rolls of the new red ribbon. It's coming out in the new catalog, and I don't want to use it yet. I wanted to get all my ruffly ribbon a new home before I open the new stuff. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my hole punch. Here's where you want to be careful. You want to be careful when you close your bag. You don't want to punch your holes too far down to where that V is. So you want to come just inside of the V on both sides, okay? So I'm going to take the smaller end of, I'm using a crocodile. This is, and I think this is 1/8 of an inch punch on this side. So I'm just going to bring it in. You can't really see it. I'll show you. Hang on. On both sides. Like that. Okay, and I went through both layers. See that? Okay. So now, oh, hey, Diana Baker. Good to see you, hon. I'm going to feed these through and tie a little knot. Not too far down. Like that. The one thing you want to be careful of is that you don't twist it when you are going in to do the other end. So just pay attention when you're pulling it through. Ask me how, I know. So this one I'm going to pull. I don't need it to be huge. Let's see. Oh, I did it again. Flip, flip. Like that. All right, so yeah, that's good. So I'm going to tie a little knot so it comes back to that little spot, hopefully. You know me. Close is good enough. Love me or leave me. There we go. Let's see before I pull it really tight. Like that. Okay. Like that. Yep. Perfect. Just like that. Okay. So then we'll do the other side. Like wrestling a greased pig. As my dad would say. So I'll do the same thing over here. You want to get them as close as you can in length. Trim it off. Like that. Pull this one through. I think stamping on the tissues is so much fun for all size gifts, not just for things like this. I think it's just, we used to do it all the time when we used to have, and if you remember having those roller stamps that we used to use, oh my gosh, we'd make our own wrapping paper and tissue that coordinated. It was so much fun. Kids used to help make it. Just get some brown paper and go to town. Or white butcher paper, that was fun too. Alright, let's see how far off I am. There we go. A little down. Like that. Okay. Alright, so there's our little tote. Okay, it's a little shorter on one side. Oh well. Close is good enough. All right, there's our little tote for our gift card. So now let's do our tissue. So I just had some white tissue from, I think it's from Dollar Tree probably. Who knows? And for this, you don't really need a whole lot because it's going to fit in that little tote and it's going to be kind of bulky. So you can always do a bunch and then trim it off once you get your gift card in there. All right, so there's our little piece of tissue. We're gonna bring in, oh, let's do the peppermint. To wipe this off, because knowing me, I'll get it on there. Let me try it out. Okay, bring in some real red. There we go. And you're just gonna stamp all over your tissue. Did one of these in the summertime. I think I did it with fish or the whales or something to do with the ocean. I don't remember. But it was stinking cute. I should do this with Jason. He would love it. Okay, fan. Fan's blowing everything. There we go. Now the cool thing is, once you stamp it, it shows through on the other side. So, double duty. All right, so here is our card with our little gift card tote in there. So I'm just going to take this and fold it. Like I said, your little gift card can sit right down in there like that. And then when you close it up, you can fold these down if you'd rather, so that they fold flat and you don't see them. So it's a total surprise when you open it, but it doesn't want to stay. Get in there. And then just tie this on the side. And like I said, I did a knot because it doesn't need to be anything bulky to add any more bulk to this card. But you'll want to use either a bubble mailer or something, or you could use one of our clear envelopes, but it's definitely something that you're either going to mail in something protected or you're going to hand deliver. Okay, there we go. And there you have another way to do your gifts, your gift cards. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh, I love it. I like that ornament too. The green's kind of pretty. So that's how it is, peeps. You just open it up. You have so many opportunities to use designer paper, birthdays, anniversaries. This would be a great wedding card. Can you imagine how cool this would be to use for a wedding card? Oh, not with the gingerbread, obviously. But yeah, to make something like this for the happy bride and groom. And yeah, I love it. Alrighty, that is all I have for you tonight. Until, let's see, I will see you again on Sunday. We have mystery card next Wednesday, so I will be posting that for you. I think it's the Wednesday the 8th. Correct me if I'm wrong. Wednesday the 8th, I think. I don't know. I'm not going to say it because I'll know I'll mess it up. It's posted and I'll let you know. But I'll post the clues for that. So join us. Let's stamp live and have some fun. Okay? All right. Until I see you again, have a wonderful weekend. I'm really looking forward to our weekend together here. So have a wonderful weekend. And until I see you again, stay safe, stay well, and God bless you. Good night.